What up, fight fans? This is SquaredCircleProductions. I'm going in with my new rant. And this one is the Deontay Wilder Artur Szpilka pre-fight preview. Okay. Tonight we will be witnessing the defense of the WBC World Heavyweight Championship. Okay, and this is also a 2-for-1 because I'm going to speak on the IBF title fight between Glasgow and Charles Martin. Okay, but let me first thing first get into Deontay Wilder Szpilka. Okay, finally, since the Bermain-Stavern fight, you'll be seeing Deontay fight a top 10 contender. You know, as I was reviewing ESPN boxing news, I read a particular article that they did on Wilder and how this is a big test and a step up for him. One thing that they said, I like how they worded it, was that Wilder is, how can I say, he's what you would call an anomaly, in the sense that he is both a champion and a prospect at the same time. So basically, he's a little wet behind the ears. He lacks the seasoning that most heavyweight champions would have, you know, because he's a natural athlete, basketball player who took up boxing at a later age and has caught on quite well. Now, that doesn't mean that he's this highly skilled fighter, but he works really hard and he trains well, and he's got good people that are dedicated to bringing him along and giving him the up-to-date, cutting-edge technology as far as training and conditioning that's available. He's a hard worker, and he's a prodigy. He's getting better as he goes. So at the same time, he is a prospect, but he has the burden or privilege of being the champion as well. So he's getting his on-job training. Okay, but that being said, I mean, I still expect him to emerge victorious. But if you remember, I believe I was talking, it was a particular fight. I think it was about Luis Ortiz and against Jennings. And I was telling Wilder, I dropped a little shout out to Deontay and was like, hey man, do not take this fight lightly. And I mean, I'm not saying that he's going to take the fight lightly. All I'm saying is that he needs to focus on Artur Szpilka and not look ahead and look at what's going on with Fury and Klitschko and this vacated belt that the IBF felt like they just had to strip Fury of the title so that they can have their little thing to establish their champion, when the goal should be working on unifying the heavyweight titles. Okay, but they want to break from the ranks and do their own thing. But he should stay focused and put this guy away, because he could be a dangerous opponent. Okay, if you've been paying attention in my other videos, I did my year-end review and my 2016 preview, and I named Ronnie Shields as the trainer of the year. Okay, well, that's who Szpilka's been working with. So there is a good chance that a lot of what Shields has been teaching him and training him, he's taken to heart. Okay, I saw this little thing that they did where they faced off with each other. They was all up in each other's face, and Szpilka kept saying the new, and Wilder kept saying and still, and they just got up in each other's face. And it started off kind of friendly, but then they got closer and closer, and Szpilka headbutted Deontay, and Deontay immediately, with his open hand, popped him upside his head, on top of his head. So, you know, when you see them face to face like that, Deontay's so much taller, and the reach, and he's apparently quicker. But you know, we don't know how that'll play out in the actual fight. And honestly, when I was watching it, it just seemed like that was set up for them two dudes to start that. You know, maybe they told him to, you know, have some banter for the camera, and dude took it to the next level with the headbutt. But either way, I mean, I've seen Deontay, he's got a quick temper. And if it really was a situation where Szpilka took it further than what it needed to go, Deontay would have been a lot more hyped than that, you know. I mean, that's a dude you really don't want to be on his bad side. I mean, he's got a little temper. I seen what he did with Zelenov, which was deservingly so. But everybody got their opinion on that, you know. And I'm not knocking nobody, but, I mean, real talk, the stuff do need to be checked. And Deontay really kind of held back on him because he could have really just knocked his dick in the dirt and it wouldn't have, you know, on reflex. He really just spanked him a little bit and chastised him, you know, which dude needed that. But getting back to what I was saying, but Deontay been coming up under fire recently for a lot of his title offenses. Since he won a title, he pretty much fought a bunch of stiffs and nobodies. And then, you know, a lot of people wasn't even impressed with him beating Stavern. But yet and still, this is a step forward because Szpilka is the number 6 ranked fighter in the WBC top 10 rankings. Okay, so my message to you is from here on out, man, you need to fight guys in the top 10. From here on out. You know, no more easy fights, no more tune-ups, stay busy fights, man. You got to start fighting contenders, period. You know, now, some of these guys on the list may or may not, arguably, probably are tomato cans or whatnot, pushovers, but they are at least ranked by the sanctioning body as top 10 contenders. And you want to eliminate this top 10 list, you know, as well as look to trying to unify titles. Okay, but that time is going to come. Like I said, we ain't going to see no unified heavyweight champion at least until mid-2017. So y'all might as well just forget about, you know. And now if you keep pushing for fights too early, you're going to see the title change hands quite a bit. Okay, so what would you rather have? Two guys kind of like on a collision course to meet up with each other at a specified date, a specified time, 15 months from now? Or do you want to see the title change hands in that 3 times in a 15-month period? You know, choose your pick. Okay? But me, I'd rather just like see what's going to happen with this IBF situation. See what's going to happen over here with Tyson Fury and the rest of the belts. And keep an eye on Deontay. As long as he stay busy fighting guys in the top 10 of the WBC, just be concerned with cleaning out the WBC's top 10 list. And then maybe stepping up for another challenge. I mean, look at it like this. Alexander Povetkin is the silver champion. Anthony Joshua is the international champion and the Commonwealth champion. He's ranked number 2. Bermane Stavern is number 3. Personally, I'd rather see him fight Povetkin or Joshua or Pulev before I'd rather see him fight Bermane Stiverne. I'd rather see him knock those guys off before fighting Stiverne again. You know, I think it'd be a little more exciting. I think fighting in less than, it's been basically a year since they fought. He won the title because he fought in like this time in January of last year, the beginning of 2015. So I'm really not looking forward to a rematch that soon. You know, 15 months removed. I'd rather see them, if they're gonna do something, maybe after, you know, his third fight of the year, if possible. I mean, but Bermane Stiverne is the number 3 contender, so that wouldn't be too bad of a look. But anyway, that's the biggest thing I want to say to you, Deontay. Okay, now, going back with the IBF situation. Don't know a lot about Glaskov. Know very little about Charles Martin. Okay, other than he's from St. Louis. So you know, that's our cousins. Kansas City and St. Louis is our cousins. So you know, I'm gonna pull for the hometown boy, de facto hometown boy. But like I said, dude only had about like 15 professional fights. And I just really think a lot of these guys are just rushed into these championship fights. I mean, just too soon. Brian Jennings, you know, was another one, you know. I just think these guys need to be brought along a little more slowly, just to be thrust in there. But I mean, if the opportunity knocks, you got to take it, you know, because there's a lot of people that have been around a lot longer that ain't getting those title shots. You know, so if you're able to get it early in your career, man, you know, make it happen. But, you know, like they say, youth is wasted on the young. And it's just a situation, I think, oh boy, he's just too young right now, too raw, too inexperienced to really, you know, he could easily win, but, you know, now you got to look down the pike at a Deontay Wilder, you know, or a Luis Ortiz, or a Tyson Fury. You know, I mean, it's like this dude is too raw. He ain't even had 20 fights yet as a professional, and he's already at 15 fights, thrust into the mix of a heavyweight championship bout. You know, I mean, he don't have no real Olympic experience. I mean, Deontay Wilder was the last American heavyweight to medal at the Olympic Games. You know, he got a bronze medal. Now, on another video, I mistakenly said that him and Anthony Joshua was in the same Olympics. And Deontay was in the '08 Games and got his bronze medal, whereas Anthony Joshua was in the 2012 Games. Hence, that's why Joshua only have about 19 fights in his pro career, as opposed to Deontay with like 35 or 36. I think he's going for his 36th fight tonight. But either way, it'll be interesting to see what happens with Glaskov and Martin. Pretty much think Deontay's going to win. But 'tis the season for upsets and shocks. So, you know, I won't be surprised one way or another. But I'm pulling for Deontay. So we'll see what happens. I'll give you an update, post-fight reaction. Peace out. One love.